because I grew up in Klingon. And it was always like, you know, you didn't talk about those people in West Pittsburgh.
Yeah, the West is the best. What do you want?
Yeah, Westie. I'm a Westie now. I'm trying to think of hotspots for trash and stuff, and
It's
except for that corner,
Princeton Road.
that's usually the worst part.
The two-way corridor, basically coming from the Rotary by the Cumberland Farms, going underneath the railroad bridge. That's always a big spot. Technically, that's Ward 2, but it does stretch into Ward 3. That's a big one. The parks, definitely the parks have issues. The parks by the Greek church, I've cleaned on a couple of occasions. Some of the parks like, yeah. The area that is West Street and Greektown usually needs to be addressed as well.
There's other issues besides trash on.
There is, but that's slow. That's becoming, they're taking care of the blight. Some of the really old triple deckers have come down in that area. So it's starting to improve. There's a lot of good things happening in Old Greektown.
I know Main Street is, having the, resurgence, and it's going to take a while. And they're doing the two-way thing. Is still going forward.
Yep, so that two-way conversion project, construction's starting again next week, actually, and it should be wrapped up by June 30th. That's when the grant funds need to be expended.
Part of Main Street that I think maybe in your ward, starting from the Peter Capodagly's.
Yep,
Is that Ward 3?
that is technically Ward 3, yeah.
That part of Main Street seems to have been forgotten with the whole plan of resurging Main Street for some reason.
Well, you had Capodaglia taking, the old gas station and beautiful building. I know I see cars parked there. I don't know if there's actually a rental space there. But you have, what's the Romano's, the overhead door? They just recently redid the front of their building.
Anti-Fitchburg woman-owned place there. That's still a sore subject? Or?
Yeah, we'll talk about that. That's technically the planning board and whatnot. That's an issue for the planning board. I am aware of the issues, but it's definitely a planning board issue.
Heading that whole way seems to have fallen off the.
You got the
resurgence of Main Street map.
Well, you also have the old. What was the name of the bar?
Well, the old Union Furniture. Then
No,
Casey's Pub.
Casey's. That's now. They redid that. That's looking decent. And then they got the convenience store, and there's that little building. I think they were looking at doing something with that tiny building that's right there.
Proposed pot shop.
Yeah, which
I
it's
do
not
have
big enough. Yeah, that definitely wasn't big enough. So.
Yeah, and then after that you get into the. Well, then you get to the church, which is, there's nothing fine there. And then West Street,
Yeah, West Street.
It just seems that part of Main Street, I've talked to John once in a while, kind of landing for Romano. They get a little frustrated, it seems like.
Is that
sometimes
part
the
of
city-
that upper main initiative? Is it upper main initiative?
There is an upper main initiative.
Yeah, so I think it is.
It is
that
being
is going
addressed.
out that way. Like I think part of the mill buildings are being redone.
Yep.
Yeah, and
Yep.
I think a lot of that is part of that. I think it's called the upper main initiative.
Yep.
So
So it is being addressed. It just takes time, like everything else.
If they do something with those buildings and make it look like that Yarn Works.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
that'd be- 'cause
yeah,
that-
I don't know the
really
particular
nice.
scope, but they've been working on those for a couple of years now. Yes. Yeah.
Well, I think they can't do much until, as long as Mike Kelly's building that they're still using to make,
Yeah, but I think his is separate from the three.
Yeah, that's
It is, but there's no parking.
that's a vibrant business, and we're not. Well, I don't think we're going to touch that. Yeah. No,
The problem is, he has most of the land where the parking would be.
I think you see too with those, like the one on Lower Main Street that they're doing now, the old Harper furniture.
Yeah.
Because I've dealt with them with the, some of the street issues. So I've talked with the gentleman that runs that. A lot of those are grants and things. That's why these buildings take so long. Like he explained it to me. He said they could never do that project and be able to make money without getting some of these grants and things that they get. So that's why I think you see some of these old mill buildings. It takes a very long time for them to get to the point that they actually are rehabbing them. And that's probably what's happening up there.
As soon as they get done,
Yeah, I mean, how many years did it take for the yarn works to be done?
Right.
And the, what was the old, was it Sanatoy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, that's the yarn works, and then the one,
Seaboard box.
yeah.
Seymour Box,
Yeah,
Yeah.
or what was it before, Independent Law, I mean,
yeah.
or whatever, but yeah, those, I mean, they took a while, they came, they're really nice.
they fill up as soon as they open.
Yeah, they're nice buildings.
Demand
actually.
from.
So to add on to that, Mass DOT's planning on replacing a whole bunch of bridges in Fitchburg. So they're doing the two Water Street bridges, Circle Street Bridge and the River Street Bridge out in front of in between the Dunkin' Donuts and the new MLK Key or whatever that is.
What about the bridge on Westminster Hill Road?
That one, we're in the process of designing and permitting that, and that's hopefully going to go out to bid this year for construction, either later this year or early next year.
Okay, 'cause that's getting a little frustrating.
It
with,
is.
You know, with. Have you seen the underneath?
The issue that's holding up the design right now is there's easements that need to be had or acquired in order to conduct the work, and we're having difficulty reaching one of the property owners that's involved. So I think recently our engineering design firm that's helping us with that's made contact with the estate that owns that property, and we're working through all that right now.
Good, okay.
So that the right.
Coming down.
McTaggart's is coming down. We're working through the design drawings right now, and once that's done, we'll move into permitting. Unfortunately, it makes sense to take it down just from a operation and maintenance standpoint. It's just a cost that the city can't maintain right now.
Wrong with that coming down. I mean, I've seen a dam breach, and it's not good for anybody living downstream. You know?
We've got 14 or so other dams across the city and even outside the city that we have to operate and maintain. Some are water supply dams, so they're a little bit more important than others. So it's all about priorities when it comes to that. So as part of that River Street Bridge project, we're also looking at obviously repaving West Street because that's going to be a major detour, and that's horrible condition right now. It's almost as bad as Alpine was last year. So I think that's going to be one of the things you see getting taken care of sooner rather than later, just to get ahead of that River Street Bridge project. Circle Street's probably going to go to construction first, followed by River Street, followed by the two Water Street bridges.
How long have you been at DPW?
I started as a civil engineer in 2016, and then I got promoted to assistant city engineer last year, and now DPW commissioner this past year. So.
Well, gentlemen,
He's doing a great job.
thank you so much for coming.
I actually grew up in Ward 3 too. Just want to
All
throw
right,
it out
all
there,
right.
up on Williams Road.
Excellent. All right. So thank you guys for coming. I do appreciate it. We will probably be having another meeting. I'm not sure. It'll probably be in May, where we have the next ward meeting, early May. I'm not sure if we'll have the Fitchburg Police or the DPW here, but we will have somebody here to address the residents' concerns, and it will be better advertised. So hopefully we'll have a better turnout.
Thank you for your time. Thank you for your time.
Excellent, guys. Thank you.
I don't know if you wanted a couple of those. If anybody asks, you can make copies.